Hey, everyone. Thanks for joining us. My name is Andrew Miller here representing allbengals.com and Cincinnati Bengals Talk on YouTube. I am very excited right now because I've got none other than Mike Daniels with me, defensive lineman, going into his now second year with the Cincinnati Bengals. Mike, first of all, I know it's been, close to 3 months now, at this point, but I do want to say congratulations on being with the Bengals yet another year in your contract. My grandparents were from Wisconsin. So because of my father, I always follow the Packers, and I hated to see your departure there. I was a big fan of watching you play for the Packers, but then I was really thrilled that you came to Cincinnati, where I was born and raised. I want to get in a little bit of some discussion about anime, comic books. I know it's a passion of yours, but thank you for joining. I'm so glad to have you here.
Hey, thanks for having me. Yeah, definitely excited to be back in Cincinnati for my second year here. My 10th year in the NFL. So I'm really just looking forward to continue to bring some excellent vet wisdom to the locker room. Can't forget about bringing it to the field. There's just certain things that you can only learn with experience.
Yeah, and clearly the Bengals value that. They appreciate that. You are a presence in the locker room, a force on the field. And I'm just beyond thrilled to be able to watch you play in stripes this year. So
thank you. New stripes, and I'm excited to be down in the new stripes as well too. So
yeah, when we can get some pictures of that? When am I going to get a photo shoot of Mike Daniels in the new stripes? When's that happening?
No, we don't know yet. But I think the organization's got something cooking up pretty soon here. Wink, wink. Right. From what I saw, I definitely have really loved them. I haven't had a chance to wear any just yet, but I definitely love what I see. Cincinnati's always got some fire uniforms, man. We did some great things with combinations that I'm just really excited about, and I'm looking forward to throwing them on.
I feel like the fan reaction to the new uniforms was overwhelmingly positive. And fans have just always loved those uniforms. And it's always interesting to me when you see the national media or even other fan bases outside of the Bengals organization, how polarizing it can kind of be, like the stripes on the helmet. It weirds people out, and I don't understand why. I feel like it's such a unique identity to me.
The Bengals, we got the swag, man. We got the swag. We come in the locker room with fur coats and things like that. And that's what we do, man. We like to look good, feel good, and play even better.
You got that right, man. I love it. Look, coming back another year, strong veteran presence on this team, but the defense is looking a little bit different as far as the draft. We got some free agents coming into the mix since the last time at least James talked with you, which was back in December with allbengals.com. Things have shifted a bit, and I'm curious on your take on how's it feel?
Different, but very promising. Yeah, I'll say that. Very different, but very, very promising.
How was the interaction being on the field with some of these new players on, in the trenches on the defensive side over the past couple of weeks? How's that been?
It's been very good. It's been positive. Everybody just came to work with the right mindset, man. And that's something that you really look forward to when you get back onto the football field with all your brothers. So I'm definitely looking forward to build on that, especially coming camp. I really like our defensive line coach Hobby. He's a great teacher, like very detailed oriented, X's and O's, ball first. And that's just my kind of guy.
I'm going to take a minute. Can we nerd out a bit? Can we do that? Talk about a little bit of anime. Is that cool?
I'm ready to nerd out anytime, man. I have a switch. Turn it on whatever moment. Right after a play, I'm talking to opponents sometimes. Hey, you see the new episode of this? I instantly go from killer mode to anime mode. Yeah, let's talk about it, right? I am a nerd. That's just what I do. It's what I do. So it's a way of life. I was born this way. Like Bane said, man, some people have adopted darkness. I was born into it. I was born into this nerdiness, all right? Two of my two biggest passions, right? And to be able to link those two together, to bring them together, to bring the different fan bases. I have anime fans watching football. I have football fans watching anime, football broadcasters, journalists such as yourself watching anime, man. That was my intention, right? To bring everybody together through that.
What would be that go-to sort of sample, that go-to sort of thing that you would tell somebody, you watch this and that is anime? And I know that's hard to pigeonhole, but what would be your go-to example?
Cowboy Bebop.
Okay.
The reason I say that is because the one thing with anime people can't get over the fact is that I'm watching a cartoon, right? It's wacky. It's this and that, right? When you watch Cowboy Bebop, as my wife said, I forgot that I was watching the animated program.
The story just wraps you in.
But it's a space drama, man. It's unlike any other medium, right? Or any other let's say form of fiction that I've encountered. It's within its. I mean, it did for space what Walking Dead did for zombies, man. Made you forget you're watching a show about the zombie apocalypse. So Cowboy Bebop's gonna make you forget you're watching anime, and then you're gonna say to yourself, "Wow, I know this ain't the only one like that," and you'll be right. But Cowboy Bebop, that's the introductory anime I'll give to anybody who's never watched it.
Perfect.
You'll thank me later. Trust me.
Mike Daniels says Cowboy Bebop. You're not sure how you feel about anime. Jump on that. And it sounds like he's going to be right. I trust him. So you should too. My gateway into the series was Attack on Titan, as far as the television shows go. Okay. And I'm going to be starting season 3 here shortly. But I just got through the first 2 seasons. And switching between dubbed and sub, people have debates about that one as well. And I've got my opinion on them. But okay, we don't need my life story. But
so I want to give a little history into the dub or sub, because when anime first started really becoming popular, there was a lot of changing in the scripts because they were bringing anime and then try to make it more like Western cartoons and trying to minimize, with a lot of censorship, minimize the blood, death, anything that seemed like it was adult or real life content. And there was a lot of changes in the script so that it would be more family friendly. So key plot points would be missed. Whole characters would be changed. It just was horrible, unfortunately, in a lot of ways. So that's where the sub versus dub came in. People said, hey, do you like the dub, which is like a completely different show, or do you like the sub, which is the show that the author, the creator intended, right? With the story that the creator intended for you to follow.
Right.
You see, it's like having Star Wars and then making Darth Vader not Luke's father, right? Or having that line changed. That's the type of stuff that was happening in anime all the time. So that's why dub versus sub became such a huge debate. But nowadays, dubs are like, they're perfect. So much so that the voice actors basically sound almost identical to their Japanese counterparts, right? Whereas before, they'd give a very unfitting voice to a lot of characters. You'll lose complete plot points, man. It was different back in the day. But now, the sub versus dub thing, it's almost like, do you want to read or not? Because that's really the only difference now. So the dubs are amazing. But Attack on Titan, what do you think about it?
Attack on Titan?
I got my bags now. I just wanted to ask you about Attack on Titan.
It almost felt like it's like kind of Game of Thrones. Like there's a lot going on here, but you've got this threat of these giant titans coming in, and all the world building was what fascinated me. So I was pretty hooked on that piece, especially. It was the world building. And over time, of course, the characters got better and better. So again, starting now, season 3, I'm excited to do that.
So you picked a very good series to jump into, man. And that would have been my second or third one for you to subscribe to after Cowboy Bebop, because there's so many other elements to it that you almost forget about the Titans, right? You almost forget about the giant man-eating giants.
It's kind of like Walking Dead that you mentioned, where like the whole point is people being the enemy half the time, to the point where the zombies are almost peripheral. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You start off the show, you're scared to see a zombie, happy to see a human. By like season 4 of Walking Dead, you're scared to see a human, happy to see a zombie. Yes. That's basically what Attack on Titan became. The Titans, though they're not afraid, more worried about the corrupt humans.
Yep.
When you meet anime fans and you're saying, hey, I want to know about it, I'm getting into it, they'll be more than happy to usher you in. Trust me. And when you get deep into it, you don't have to get deep into it. You'll start doing the same thing, because you'll want to share the experience with other people.
100%. I'm already kind of feeling that, to be honest. So yeah, I totally get what you're saying. It wasn't a huge surprise for me, though. I grew up watching martial arts films too, so I'm in like the dub sub thing. I kind of understood it, at least.
Oh yeah, Marshall. Look, my whole training with my coach Jay at TBR, man. Our whole philosophy is based off of like Master Ip and many other forms of martial arts, and we do heavy bands that's supposed to simulate like the weighted the weighted gravity room in Dragon Ball Z. My Dragon Ball fans know what I'm talking about. A lot of my training has been inspired by anime and martial arts.
Real quickly, I don't mean to shift because I'm loving this anime conversation, but I do want to ask a few questions because I'm really excited to hear. I haven't heard much from you, at least that I've been able to see really since April. And now with OTAs, I feel like things are just kind of, they're moving along, man. I mean, training camp's right around the corner after the chaos that was last year's offseason. I know you didn't get brought on until August on the team, but that's got to be a sense of comfort to know I got this is my place. They're committed to me, and I'm seeing these players now come together on the field in the month of June. That's got to feel like what you're dying to see, right?
I'm just feeling better than I ever have. Like this is crazy. I've had myself a nice off season of being healthy from the beginning of I haven't had that in a couple years, and now I have that. I try not to think too much about what's about to happen this season, man. So I'm trying to keep it, really compartmentalized and whatnot. Just right here, right in front of me. Not get too far ahead of myself, but like I'm excited to be a better player, right? And just to get all my guys together.
It's clear that you're excited, you're feeling better than ever. What do you attribute that to this offseason so far, as whether that's workout regimen, whether that's, I don't know, maybe there's certain things maybe there's anime you're watching that's getting you super hyped for the season. Tell me what it is.
Well, it always goes back to the main thing, and that's I want to win some games.
Yeah.
Seriously. And I just had a really awesome off-season plan. I mentioned my trainer, Jay Caldwell, TBR, man, and we've been just doing a lot of really great things. Like I stepped into OTAs the first day, just feeling phenomenal, moving quick, fast, like just feeling great in my position and on my technique, right? My body's feeling amazing. Haven't felt this in a while, man. I can't stop smiling about it, seriously. I want to get out there and win some games, man. And I think my plan is definitely put me in a position to do some really good things to help my team along, reach those goals.
I know you were excited about when you were joining this team, the playing with DJ Reader. Are you feeling pretty good seeing him get back on the field, getting his rehab going? It seems like he's looking pretty good from some of the drills that he was doing out there in OTAs. You got to feel pretty encouraged by that.
Absolutely. I definitely want to get back out there with all my guys. Whoever missed any time last year, whatever, man, I'm ready to just get us all back. New guys, like I'm ready to get to it. I'm definitely excited to get back out there with DJ. We've only got to play together, I think, twice, man. And we all have a part to play. And my goal is to bring everybody together.
Playing Packers and Lions back-to-back weeks. All right, is it even on your mind yet? Or you can't even go there mentally right now? Is it just any other game for you where it's like, hey, look, I'm just going to win. I'm going to do what I got to do. It doesn't matter who it is. Or is there some element there that kind of gives you just a little bit of you're anxious to get at it,
Yeah, absolutely. Like to be able to, I wish they were both away games. I know Detroit's an away game, but
yeah,
I wish they were both away games so I could go play in stadiums that I once called home, right? So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Seeing some of my old friends playing against them, man. And quite frankly, I'm just ready for 18 to 20 weeks of work. And those 2 weeks are part of it.
Packers fans travel well. I'm sure you know that. So there will be a lot of them there and they will be cheering you on. I guarantee it. So it's going to be a loud stadium regardless when Mike Daniels takes the field.
I've already had some people tell me they're bringing the green and yellow 76 jerseys out to that game. So it's always nice to know that you're still loved. I
will be at that game in a Bengals jersey. I'm sure my dad will be at that game in a Packers jersey. My uncle will be there in a Packers jersey. It's going to be a blast, man. That's what I love about sports, man. When you've got the competition, but you're there to celebrate that competition. And it's, it doesn't get ugly in that regard. So, man, look, got some grocery store stories for another time, man. Trust me, right? I can only imagine.
Packer fans are great. Got that. Listen, man, I appreciated them, still show a lot of support. And, well, I tell you, see a lot of similarity with Who They Nation, too.
I agree. Yeah, and, absolutely.
Oh, man. What? I can't say enough good things about, Who They Nation. Come on now. Who they, man? Let's go. Like, it's and it's kind of like a double-edged sword, but there was never a bandwagon, right, to be a Bengals fan.
Right.
So when you see Who Dey Nation, they truly support this team through anything. Joe Burrow gets down. There's nobody is saying, cut this guy, find it. They're like, hey, we'll get through this. We'll weather this storm, and we'll come back and reload for next season. Get some guys in the draft, do some in free agency, and let's get to it. That's the fan base you want to play for. Those type of people you want to play for, man.
Yeah, resiliency, small market, much like Green Bay. There's a lot of comparisons there. Absolutely.
Blue collar.
Yeah. You mentioned Joe Burrow. You've talked about him a lot, of course, and a lot of media in general talks about Joe Burrow, and for good reason. You've called him one of the greats. He has that leadership quality. He has the ability to be a Hall of Famer. You know, it's in him. We know that he came back to OTAs. There was plenty of coverage on that. It probably wouldn't have surprised you that he would have showed up if he was cleared to do so, of course. But I'm curious to know, was there anything on the field these past few weeks through OTA specifically, just maybe whether it was his presence or his physicality, was there anything about his return that happened to surprise you seeing him out there?
I think Joe really exemplifies the city of Cincinnati, man. He's just a blue collar, hardworking guy. He got his the long way. He got it the hard way, definitely the tough way, and the respectable way. And there's nothing he's doing out there to surprise me. I knew he was going to come back ready to work. Even if he wasn't clear, he was going to find a way to try to do it. And like that's the type of guy you want to have on your team, man. And especially at the quarterback position. So there's nothing that he's doing that will surprise me at all, man. He's just doing exactly what blue collar, hardworking guy like Joe to do.
Are you going to get him into anime, or is he already ahead of you on that one? Do you need me to step in? Because my understanding is I just got recruited. So
we'll look into that. We'll look into that. I mean, he's definitely on fire right now. Like just with everything he's done. I mean, the guy's in his home state. Like he doesn't mess around, man. He's not missing a beat with any work that he's getting in. And if getting into anime, you know, is going to give him even more solidarity with some of his teammates, and there's quite a bit of us in the locker room that's into it, then I'm sure he'll get down too.
You're a big Dragon Ball Z fan. If Joe Burrow was a character in Dragon Ball Z, and I'm not going to understand this reference, but I want it out there, what character would he be?
Oh, man, who would Joe Burrow be? I'd say he'd be Team Gohan, right? From the Cell games. You know, everybody's speaking about his hidden potential, how great he's going to be, how good he's going to be. And one bastard pissed him off so bad, they pushed his buttons and made him unleash that beast, and he was merciless to the point that he was like, yo, chill out. Joe Burrow, same thing. Hey, what's he going to do? He's got all the ability, this, and that. And that beast was the injury he got. Oh, boy. We're going to be trying to tell him to chill out a little bit this year. I'm not, because I'm going to love to see it, but it might get a little ugly. He going Super Saiyan 2 on him. Super Saiyan grade 5 for my real Dragon Ball nerds, but you know what I mean, Super Saiyan 2.
You hear that story Mike Daniels just told. Like, if you did not get engrossed in that, if you did, you need to be checking out anime, it sounds like, because I was waiting for the next part of this story, man. That was great. So, Mike, I love talking to you. Again, I'm a huge fan of you. I am obviously a huge Bengals fan, and I've got those Packers roots as well. So it was an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much. It's just fun to chat with you. And I really look forward to seeing what you're going to do this year, because I know it's going to be great stuff, man.
Oh, yeah, no doubt, man. Like I said, well, we'll be talking again. Like I said, you committed. So we're gonna talk again. We got some anime things to do out here, for the people.
Absolutely. I'm here. Let's do it.
Awesome.